Oh, I'm so excited to be at the zoo. Look at this amazing building really far off in the distance underneath of this monorail. Boom. And then crater. Hey guys, WheatyWaffle here today for part, what is this, 18 of our City Skylines Let's Play. We're currently following this monorail. I've done some detailing, as you can see, between parts, and I can't wait to show that off. But between this part and the last part, I did some additional detailing for our downtown. I reworked all of our subway stations, and I've kind of expanded this monorail line. So hold on, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out here. So we've got this great monorail, 66 people. It's looking great going around our city. You'll notice there's a little bit of an unrealistic turn. I need to do some finessing with some of this. But we now have this monorail that goes around and it expands all the way over into this area of the city. So now it goes all the way around kind of this new downtown and a portion of our older, more densely populated downtown. Really, I mean, this just looks incredible. I'm like a huge fan. I love like this whole building, organic food development, your historical. So we have all of this. It looks great. I did some detailing throughout. So you'll see we have this beautiful little parking lot here across from the Science Center. There's a few people in there, not many. We come down this way, all along the monorail here. We have some trees. I also just like kind of put in a little statue, some pathways to get people moving. So this looks nice. And then I did this train yard. I didn't do much. More for sure could be done here. I just wanted to put in a little bit of detailing. So you'll see there's some leftover trains here. I also have like a workers barracks. I tried to find the like spawn assets to like have people just milling about, but I couldn't figure any of that out. I'll keep looking at it though. And then over here on this side by our like Space Needle observation tower, we have just a beautiful park, parking lot, beautiful parking lot, and then some smaller parks throughout. And people are really using this pathway to get through. They come all the way through now, connecting both sides of the city underneath the highway, and it also comes along the back of all these buildings and looks just fantastic. We have fires everywhere. And then for the monorail, we just brought it through. I deleted this row of buildings to replace it with our monorail and just gave a little bit of green space. And now we have this monorail kind of slinking its way through this commercial area. What I want to focus on today is this area here, Future Zoo. So we've earmarked, let me bring up this little guy here, this whole area to be our future zoo. It might expand further. I did a little bit of a road layout here. I mean, it's nothing special. It's a grid, but I know that I want to add in at least an additional one, maybe two highway entrances and exits. But first, I want to begin kind of working on this zoo area. So what we want to do, as I wrote in the comment on my last video, we are going to be naming this zoo Rixham's Groovy Zoo. Boom. All right, so we have Rixham's Groovy Zoo. It's already marked. We already did that in the last part, right here. So now let's start. I mean, I'm not even worried about what's going on in the city. There's garbage problems. We'll deal with it. But for now, I don't care. What I want to do is a zoo, so that's what we're going to focus on. Entrance. I kind of like the idea of putting this entrance just right across from the other entrance. Oh, this is not the zoo. This is the amusement park. Boom. All right, Wrexham's Groovy Zoo. So we immediately unlocked a few guys here. We have the moose and reindeer enclosure, antelope enclosure, birdhouse, and a bunch of smaller buildings. So let's go ahead and just kind of see what we come up with. One long path that comes all the way through, and I love that the monorail just like shoots right through the middle of our zoo area. It's fantastic. All right, so let's do a smaller gate over here by this road entrance. We have this one here. Let's do another one on this side, and I think I want one up here, but we'll wait on putting one up that way. I think what we'll do is, as we see where this ends up going, we'll know if we need to expand and do an additional entrance or not. So we're just going to go ahead, come in here to turn off curve and turn on anarchy. Boom. All right, so let's go ahead and just get kind of a really basic road setup. And then it looks like, I mean, there's a lot of trees on here, like far more than I thought there would be. Isn't that like just a very aggressive tree lined road? Good Lord. Okay, so we're going to have this here. Let's do a plaza. I'm thinking I'd love to have 2 plazas kind of facing each other. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Now we've started. This is what I'm talking about. We'll bring... Here, let's bring these all the way up to make this easier on us, and then we'll bring these over. Get rid of all of that extra. Now, it does leave all of this space here at the front for the zoo, so I wonder if we should put kind of entrances. This is more just like to move people into the heart of the zoo, and then from here you can branch out into each section. So I think we'll come from here. We have this. It looks great. Let's see. We also need to put down, we have these like shops and things. So I'm thinking I would actually like to put these along the edge here. What if we put a little gift shop here? What is this guy? A zoo cafe. We'll put this on the opposing side. And then we have some restrooms. So I'm going to put a restroom here, and I'm going to put a restroom kind of here by this entrance. Okay, we'll worry about getting everything set up with water and power in a bit. So we have all of this. I do all the buildings set up, but I do actually want to replace, I think, these guys. And just make all this. Yeah, I think I like this better. So let's just go ahead and use this regular pathway to connect everything. We'll leave this front one like this. I think that's fine. All right, so we have this. Let's look at our enclosures. Now, these get big pretty quickly. So we have, this is the moose and reindeer. I mean, look at this. It's huge. So moose and reindeer, we can kind of sit this wherever we want. I mean, this even kind of fits nicely in this little pocket here. That's not too bad. This is our birdhouse. Little small for this section. We also have the antelope enclosure, super small. So let's do this guy over here, the reindeer. And yep, moose and reindeer. We'll use this over here because this is going to do a good job of kind of filling that whole section. Then we do need to connect it to some roads. So we'll give it a little connection there. We might even, can we do a straight connection, road length, road guidelines? Just turn really all of this off. I don't want it to link up, but maybe it has to. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to... It seems to auto-snap to any of those corners. Okay, so we'll leave this one little entrance. We might even actually do one more here. It's a little bit close to the front. But I bet you... we delete that, turn on anarchy, turn this back on. There we go. Okay, so we have this little enclosure here for our reindeer and our moose, which looks real nice. And it comes with, I love this, it comes with these little, what are they, the little entertainers, mascots? Man, it has a lot of them. But so they'll just walk around our zoo and entertain our guests. We're already getting some traffic, which is fantastic. Then let's go ahead and also put in a birdhouse. So for the birdhouse, I wouldn't mind one. See, this birdhouse, it does look nice. But I'm thinking, I know that we have a, what is it, this one? Yeah, the insect and amphibian reptile house. That I think would look really nice, like back here with the straight line shot of it when you enter the zoo. So I think we'll keep that area open. Let's put the birdhouse over on... Let's bring a path down. So let's come down here somewhere and maybe just come straight on in. And then from here, we'll put one in. I wouldn't mind putting this, yeah, let's put it here so that when you're on the monorail, you can kind of see into the bird enclosure. And then we have this antelope enclosure. One thing I like cannot stand about these different zoo items is that some of them come with paths pre-attached, and then some of them don't come with paths. So like, for example, our moose enclosure has a path all the way around it, but then you get to the antelope enclosure and there is absolutely no path on here. So let's do here, we'll put this straight to the back. And then I do like the idea of wrapping these around like that. It's a little bit too far away. So here, let's grab both of these and let's just scoot it over Nope, we don't want that. We just want the nodes. So hold on, grab this one and this one. Perfect. Okay. And then I think even this, we're going to just go boop, boop, move it over just a touch, maybe even like nestle it a little bit more in there. And then I think I do want to put in an extra restroom in this area. So maybe that can go right there. That looks pretty good. Okay, so while this is kind of sitting here, let's make sure it has water. I think we only need to do probably 1 or 2. That's actually probably fine. We'll do one more here just for good measure, but for the most part, it's all covered. And then let's see, Rixham's Groovy Zoo. We have the entertainment level. We're great. We need some visitors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just start doing a little bit of detailing, maybe begin to fence off some of this and let this visitor count go up. And we'll come back once we've leveled up to the next level. All right, so now we've reached level 2. We've unlocked the insect, amphibian, and reptile house and the bison enclosure. So let's go ahead. You can kind of see a little bit of the detailing work I've done already. We have this beautiful little pond. I'm hoping it doesn't overflow. I'm trying really hard to not let it overflow. So we're gonna put down this is the insect amphibian house, which I think, just like looking down, that looks so cool. Just like you come into the zoo and you're like, oh, I'm so excited to be at the zoo. Look at this amazing building really far off in the distance underneath of this monorail. Boom. And then crater. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get this water to go higher, but that looks great. So we have this guy here, and then we also got, oh, let's turn this down. It's going too quick. The bison enclosure. So again, this is one of the ones that actually does have a path already on it. I wonder if, get rid of this, put this here, let's pause it, and then let's reconnect this path. Okay, there we go. So now we have this bison enclosure over here. And then let's go ahead and get this watered up. We might as well just kind of cover everything. Okay, so now we have this watered up. This is good to go. And look, people are already walking around. Hold on, who are you? What is your name? We have Kathleen Brown. She resides at the Briarwood House, high school student visiting the insect. Where is the Briarwood House? You live over here. Oh, you live in this building. Man, you live far, girl. Go right ahead. Okay, great. So we have this going. Now, we'll let it play a little bit. We've got a ways to go until we get enough people here. So what I'll do quickly, I'm going to go through just kind of some of the detailing I did. Over here by our birdhouse, we have this beautiful restroom with a little seating area. Looks great. We've got some like intro flowers. I might duplicate this. Intro flowers. Some foliage at the entrance of the zoo. Some intro flowers. Then I might also put on the other side here. I'm not entirely sure yet. Put some tree lined, like bush air. Oh, not bushes. What are these? Flower beds. Man, words are not, I'm not good with them today. And then this here is just like our little food court area. I mean, there's one food stall, one cafe, but I think it looks nice. All right, so let me go ahead and what the heck is going on? There's entirely too many entertainers in that one section. Let me go ahead and fast forward again. Now that we've got these two guys going, we're gonna jump ahead. I'll do a little bit more detailing while we wait for the next part. Okay, so we just unlocked the next sets. We have the sea life enclosure, the flamingo enclosure, and the elephant enclosure. So let's go place those. Can this fit in here? No. So we are going to forego getting the sea life enclosure. We might even extend this park area and bring it down so it can be against the water somewhere. But we'll think about that. I'm not going to rush putting that somewhere. So we did get the flamingo enclosure. This is actually a really decent size. Is this one that it has a path? I hate when they have a path. Why don't they either all have paths or none of them have paths? Like, let's just make up a decision here, because this could fit perfectly in here, which would look nice. And then we also have the elephant enclosure, which this is quite large. And I kind of want to put this behind this insect house because everyone's going to want to come to this enclosure. So let's go ahead and throw this guy back here. That looks fantastic. I'll smooth out the land and fix all that in a bit. And then let's put down the flamingos. That's great. So now we're going to then reconnect this up. And maybe this can do like a little winding bit that will bring it up. Oh, that's beautiful. That's perfect. So this will be trees. We'll maybe fill this in a bit more with some trees. I do kind of want to make sure there's like a decent number of loops going through so people can really get kind of everywhere quickly. So maybe we'll fill these areas in with trees. And we have the elephants back here. Okay, so now we're at level 3. What do we need to get to the next level? 5,000 people. We're meeting the entertainment value. We need 2,000 more. I threw on some policies here. So we have the animal ethics, advertisement, and main park. That way we're really getting as many people in here as possible. So let's hang tight. We'll jump forward once we've reached level 4. Okay, we've reached level 4. So this time we unlocked the monkey palace and the giraffe enclosure. Now, both of these, and I think there we go. And I think the last two after this for level 5 are all actually quite large. The monkey palace is one of those things. This actually might go here. I think this would look great kind of right next door to this guy, and it just like really fills out this area. So now we have both the insect, amphibian, and reptiles and the monkeys kind of all close together, which I think looks nice. What I didn't notice is this exit is actually like a free exit. Like you don't have to pay if you use that entrance and exit. So we're gonna make sure people are funneling the correct way. Then let's add in this last one, which is for the giraffes. So I'm thinking let's go ahead and just kind of squeeze this in like right here. Oh, it does raise everything up. That's okay. I'm going to finesse this while we wait, but now we're almost at our last point. We have to get to 10,000 people. So while this is running, I'm going to just kind of do a little bit more detailing, and then I am going to just do some check up on our city, make sure we've got all the resources we need in terms of water and electricity, garbage, all that kind of stuff. We're almost there. We're 300-ish people away. And I actually did add in an additional subway line. This red line here, it just comes right through this new downtown area. It doesn't go much further than that. It's almost like a small little spur line, but it does service this area, and it actually is doing pretty good. If we go in here, let's jump into looking at our subway. The red line, let's see, car trip saved 82%. So I mean, this, excluding this stop that has no power right now, is a pretty effective line here. Let's go ahead and can I bring this? Oh, well, I have anarchy on, so of course I can do whatever I want. Connect this up, and then for now this will do, just to make sure everything's powered, and then that will allow this to start working too. I do need to figure out exactly what this back area here looks like. Like even this here, I'm not particularly married to how some of this is turning out. So maybe even this section will end up looking a bit different. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like once we get to the very end of this zoo. We're only 80 people away. Come on, you can do it. Let's speed it up. Boom. All right, we have a 5-star zoo. So we unlocked the rhino enclosure and the lion enclosure. Let's see if we can throw those down quickly here. We have rhino enclosure, not too huge. And then, oh, wow. This is the lion enclosure. It's so small. You'd think they would have something so much bigger. So the lion enclosure does have a path on the outside. You can kind of see it here in this picture. The rhino enclosure does not. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and stick the rhino enclosure right here against the path. It does raise it up just a bit. So let's actually click on this and let's lower her down. It's a little bit more in line with the world around it. And then again, we'll come back in here really quick and just smooth out the area behind the enclosure, just so it looks a little bit nicer. There we go. And then we have the final piece here is the lion enclosure. I didn't leave like a great spot for this to go. The path kind of ends there. This does have its own path, so we could kind of maybe tuck it in right here, bringing the path that we have on the edge there up. So we could bring this to like Maybe there. Okay, it does raise itself up just a touch above the rest, but I think that's okay. And then what we do is we use this corner bit. And maybe, can we anarchy this right on through? We can. All right, so let's turn off all of these guides. And let's just try to go right on through. Maybe move some of these bushes that are in the way. But now we've got this nice rhino enclosure here in the back. Alright guys, so I'm going to quickly just go through, throw in some trees, put in some fences to kind of block off the end of the zoo, and then we'll do a quick flyover and see how it all looks. Okay, so here we go with our 5-star zoo. We made it all the way to the end of the leveling up this guy. So we have our entrance here. It's kind of where everything started. I love that we have the monorail kind of running right through the city, or right through the zoo itself. Over here we have our moose and our antelope? No, what are those? Anteaters? What are these? Reindeer. Good lord. We have the moose and the reindeer. We've got our birds. Lions are here in the back. And I think it looks incredible. It's right in the heart of the city. And once we figure out how to put the buildings around it, especially considering we have this huge hill here, I think we're really going to be able to make this look pretty fantastic. But otherwise, I think that's where we're going to leave this part here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to be subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I post new videos. And leave me some comments below about what we can do with this hill over here. I'm not sure what the best way to build would be. We could make it a massive park and maybe just fill in this back area with the buildings, but I don't know if that will look weird next to our zoo or not. I kind of want this spot here to shine, but I'm really happy with how this turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'll see you in the next one, and have a great day.